Welcome back to the Blue Door Pub Thunderdome for another bowl with Andy Carlson, Minnesota's 87 Best Daily Podcast, a show about everything and nothing right at the same darn time. Coming at you 5 days a week. Actually going to talk about sports today. I know, it's crazy. Sin Shotgun is Uncle Nick. Follow him on Twitter at Nickason. Hey, how's it going?
Going great, Andy. How you doing today?
It's you're technically you're homeless.
I am homeless. Yes, I am. Just moved out over the weekend, and now I'm living in my Hyundai right now. It's pretty nice. I got 2 cup holders.
I actually could live in a car. If I was single and didn't have dependents, I could live in a car. And I forget who it was, but it was someone that's pretty big up in the tech world now. They were in their mid-20s, and they tinted their windows on their Acura or Altima or whatever it was, and they just drove out to Silicon Valley. And of course, out there, cost of living pretty expensive. So instead of renting a place or a sublease, they just lived in their car. And what you do is you fold down your back seats. A lot of cars, you get access to the trunk, and then you just sleep.
I mean, if you had a minivan, I mean, it'd be spacious as hell. I
do have a minivan. Maybe I should get divorced. Oh, that's the backup plan. When she kicks me out, van.
You get the van.
Yeah. Where are we? Oh, tell a friend, spread the word about the show 5 days a week. You know this. iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and at bullshow.co. And follow me on the, here we go, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, at Andy Carlson Show, all of them. So the NFL draft went down over the weekend, and the Vikings got themselves a nice little haul, picking up 11 picks. And the NFL draft, I have contemporaries. I got friends that are much deeper into the analysis and the hardcore minutia of the draft. But I make no bones about it. I'm a fan of the draft. You know, I know of these players on a very surface level. I have some familiarity with most of the Vikings picks. Not all of them. Completely honest about that. But yeah, I just love the human drama of how this plays out. And one of my favorite things to do, especially when it's me and Luke Inman, follow him on Twitter, Luke_Spinman, of the Andy Luke and Reed Football Machine. When we have a down moment, sometimes we'll just pull up a draft and look back at old names and be like, holy shit, look what they picked over player X or player Y. It's fun going back and looking at the history. But Nick, you're not even a fan. You're acquaintance with the draft.
Yeah, I attended at least 2 NFL, when the Minnesota Vikings, they throw their little party shindig, they were doing it at the Minnesota Convention Center, or the Minneapolis Convention Center. I went a couple times, and yeah, as someone who's a Vikings fan but not knowledgeable when it comes to players, it's entertaining. You can have a good time, even if you don't know anything about college. And all the Miller Lite you
can drink, baby. Just crack.
And cheerleaders.
Yeah. I understand that you do one every year just in case Rick Spielman trades up into the first round, even though not having a first-round pick. As we saw, as he made 7 trades, accumulating 11 picks from the 8 he originally started with, and that came from trading up a couple times as well. And I don't know, it just didn't seem right this year. Like, I know that we recorded last Thursday, and you forgot about the draft party because the Vikings had a first-round pick, but I don't know, man. I get doing it for the fans. You make a couple of ducats as well on those beer sales, but yeah, having a draft party the night of the first round when you don't have a first-round pick, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting that they still did it.
I understand the gathering on Friday, and then it's cool doing it actually at U.S. Bank Stadium, having a bunch of fans come in, doing the radio and the TV stuff there. I think Paul Allen even made a couple of the picks on day 3, too. So I understand that. That is fully cool, and that is awesome as well. And the thing with the draft is that hope springs eternal for every single fan base. Most fans, except for the Bears, are pretty happy about their draft. And they're like, oh, if everything goes well, it's going to be playoffs this year. And I'm not going to lie. The fact that the Bears gave up so damn much, they gave up, let's see here, the number 3 overall pick to move up to 2. So they gave up their 3rd and 4th round picks this year and a 3rd round pick in 2018 just to move up one spot to the 49ers, where there was, by all accounts, no one bidding against the Bears for that number 2 pick. as a contemporary, as a rival in the NFC North Division, I love seeing that. Plus, Trubisky is garbage.
The only thing I can see why they would do that is they thought maybe the 49ers, which were going to pick up Trubisky. I mean, could they not have waited for that, like for one pick? Were they that confident that the 49ers, or hell, the Browns might have gone crazy?
Well, the Browns picked Garrett. I don't think there was any real truth to the 49ers taking Trubisky. I don't think he fit Shanahan's scheme necessarily. And the Bears, Ryan Pace, their GM, must have been all in on Trubisky because sitting there at 3, I don't care about overdrafting, especially when it's within a couple of picks. If you really love Mahomes there at 3, just take him. If you really love Deshaun Watson there at 3, just take him. And you would have still had your 3rd and 4th rounders in your 3rd round next year. To me, does Mitch Trubisky mean that much of taking your 3rd and 4th and 3rd rounder next year? No, absolutely not. But I'm a fan of Mahomes anyways. I think the Chiefs moving up to 10 to take him. Let's see here. They gave up Buffalo was originally at 10, and then they gave up the 27 overall pick and a 3rd rounder to move up. Wow, that is not a lot. So move up 17 spots. You only gave up a 3rd rounder. That's kind of a hell of a deal.
That's incredible to do that.
Yeah, I like Mahomes. Deshaun Watson, I think he'll probably have the best rookie season of any of these quarterbacks, except I don't think he has the ceiling that Pat Mahomes does. But he has a much higher floor as well. But yeah, it was cool to see how this played out. And the Browns draft come away with Myles Garrett and 2 other first-round picks in Jabril Peppers and David Njoku, who a lot of people like is the better receiving tight end in this draft. It's high drama. And, yeah, I love that there was so many trades. Like, there was a run from pick 25 to 37 where every single pick except for 2 was traded or came via a trade, whether it be before the draft or during the draft. So 10 out of 12 picks came from trade, and it was awesome.
That's just so complicated for a rookie guy like myself who tries to follow like on his laptop, who thinks he, I thought I knew when we were gonna pick, and when the Vikings, when we traded up, I was like, oh, I have some time, I can run to the bathroom quick, come back to my computer, realize, oh my God, we picked something. What happened? And but obviously we're trying to be the best player that we can be. The best team that we can be. So, hopefully all of ours pan out. I hope everyone else kind of, crashes and burns. No offense to the other teams, but I want the Vikings to win this year. It's kind of, it's kind of how the thing is, right?
Who's your favorite person in this draft?
Favorite person?
Yeah,
in this draft?
It can be a player that you saw, or it can be just because you like their name.
Let's see here. I'm trying to think. Who the Viking, the center that we picked up, the Pat Elflein. I think he was the one I heard most about, and I know the big thing for the Viking is we needed someone on the offensive line, so I was kind of doing a little bit of research, and I followed obviously you on Purple for the Win, and Luke and Arif and everyone, the Taylor Motons, all the Dan Feeney's, Deion Hawkins, the guards. I was trying to keep an eye on like where all these people were. Forrest Lamp, it was like, oh, he would have been like the golden child if we could have gotten him. I was trying to follow all those guys, and I was happy when I saw that we got someone on the offensive line because I think that's where we need the most help.
Yeah, no, I concur. I think the Elflein pick for the Vikings is the best one because as far as just coming in right away and being a starter, you're going to put him at center, and he's going to be a solid center for the next 10 years. Is he going to be an all-pro? Probably not, but is he going to be a higher-end starter? Hopefully so. And I'm just so happy that they didn't take Joe Mixon. Because I was looking at the draft order. It's like, oh, yeah, Joe Mixon went 48, except it wasn't to the Vikings because they traded out. And it's just like, glory.
I know.
And the scuttlebutt, the unsubstantiated reports is that some people in the war room wanted Mixon, and ownership said, nah. So I don't know if that was Spielman specifically. Maybe it was just Zimmer. Maybe it was a combination of the two. Who really knows? But either way, I just didn't want to take that PR hit. And I understand that Dalvin Cook has some off-field stuff as well. He's no Mother Teresa. But, yeah, it wasn't caught on video punching a woman in the face. Sorry.
Talking about all the bad stuff of a lot of these NFL players, have. I did like seeing, and I wish I would have taken more notes on. There's a lot of good soft stories with a lot of these young kids.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching, I think, on ESPN at my aunt and uncle's house, and there's a lot of like touching stories of like, oh, this kid, like grew up in a rough childhood, and like his grandmother. There was a lot of good, happy stories. Good relationships. These kids who are trying to prove themselves. Who have good relationships with their coaches in the in college. Who back them up. There's a lot of good feel good stories for all these kids, and you want, I'm as a decent human being, like I try to consider myself, I want the best for all these players. But the thing about this draft in general is that, like, can you imagine if like real life was like this? I mean, coming out of college, you have 32 different companies who are going to try to bid on you.
They should do drafts.
And, like, I struggled for a long time before I found a real good job.
You were undrafted free agent.
I was undrafted free agent for quite a while. I settled for the Donut Bowl, Donut Football League before getting into my career.
Whereas just me, I started my own team.
You did start your own team.
Yeah. I'm trying to find the racial draft from Chappelle's show.
Oh, they might not have it all.
Yeah.
Could be legal.
That was such a great sketch, though.
That was the best. That was one of my favorites.
Of the various representatives, and believe it or not, the blacks have actually won the first pick.
Wow, that's the first lottery a black person's won in a long time, Billy.
Yes, and they'll probably still complain.
Man, you. What the black representative? Tremendous opportunity for me.
Tiger Woods was drafted by the black delegation.
Finally be part of a race, have a home. Been so confused by chemicals and so many things.
This was probably before the whole divorce incident, the golf incident.
Fried rice. Hello, fried chicken.
Oh, yeah.
I love you, Dad.
The guy doing the robot never sketch.
I always wanted to say this. For shizzle.
Oh my God, I love Dave Chappelle. Yeah, but going back to the Vikings perspective, like every single position of need except outside of safety, which wasn't a high priority one, got addressed. He got the running back in Dalvin Cook. He has got some medical issues. Hopefully those are cleared up. He's got some shoulder stuff. He could be a game breaking type player. Elfline, like we talked about. Julio Johnson coming in the defensive line. We're going to need some bodies there, especially with Sharif Floyd out. Ben Gideon is going to be a very I think his ceiling is limited, but as with the Vikings' current linebacker core with Kendricks and Barr, limited is fine. I mean, he's going to be a two-down starting linebacker at best, and that's fine in this mix. Rodney Adams, speedster out of South Florida, is going to help in the kick return game, try and fill the void left by Cordero Patterson, and also in the wide receiver room with Charles Johnson leaving and Treadwell, who really knows. Danny Isadora, who one of my more favorite picks. Yeah, just a beast of a guard, and started a whole bunch of games down there in Miami. Is going to come in, add some depth to the offensive line, maybe push to start down the line. And then, I take it back. Screw Isadora. Bucky Hodges, my favorite freaking pick. The kid, he's long on personality. If you checked out some of the conference call or transcripts of it, and he has got a chip on his shoulder. He's got some attitude. He's probably second, third round talent that fell to the Vikings in the sixth, and he's huge. 6'7", 245, just a monster in the red zone. Doesn't block worth but that's okay. And then Stacey Coley, wide receiver from the U, just more speed upon speed. I figured this out yesterday, and now I forgot how to pronounce his name. Ifedi Odenigbo. Ifedio Deniable, the defensive end from Northwestern, pass rush specialist, very raw. We'll see what happens there. Elijah Lee, also another boomer bust prospect linebacker from Kansas State. And then last but not least, Jack Tacho.
Okay, so what was 11 players now? It's sad to say, but there's not room for all of them. I mean, we have, we picked up a lot of players in the off season too. And there's still unrestricted free agents, right? That we can still pick up. I mean,
undrafted free agents.
Undrafted. Yeah. I mean, there's gonna be a smorgasbord of people here, and we just can't hold them all. I mean, should we get attached to all these new players right now?
Most of the drafted ones, sure, especially the higher round guys. I would say from Bucky Hodges on up are pretty much a lock to be in the mix on the roster, although last year we did see that Willie Beavers was a fourth-round pick and was cut and put on the practice squad. But a lot of these other guys, the Coleys, the Odenibos, the Lees, the Tachos, the undrafted free agents that come in, maybe practice squad at best.
All right. Have you looked at the draft overall? Obviously, we live in Minnesota, and I think I only saw one Gopher picked in this.
Yeah, Jalen Myrick went. Where did he go? Seventh round of the Jaguars. A lot of people had him mocked in like the fifth, sixth round, maybe even fourth in some places because he ran a really fast 40 at the combine. But yeah, there was a spot where. And this happens a lot in the draft, is that people get attached to a couple prospects. Like, there'll be the hardcore analysts that really get into these players don't really do that, like Luke and Reef will put in that pile. But, the fans of the draft like me who only do research on, say, a couple dozen players, and then we get attached to them, and then we see them start falling, and then we're like, why are they falling? It's such great value. And it kind of jades the worldview a little bit because draft prospects, everything is so objective. Subjective. Yeah, subjective. And you have personal biases. You don't see things the same way. And, there's no correct answer on any of these things. There's a generally accepted or a majority rules of view on some of these players. But, yeah, the only thing that matters is 32 decision makers on these teams making picks, and sometimes it's completely against the grain of what we in the draft world think.
So how fast does this all happen now? These guys all got drafted. I mean, are they expected to show up on work on Monday, or how long does it take before they can? When do these people start?
Well, rookie camps will be coming up pretty soon. I don't know if it's next weekend, but it's going to be coming up really soon. And most of these spots, before rookie camp, there's going to be tryout camps. And Mitch Leidner, former quarterback for the Gophers, is going to be at Ravens tryout camp. And you'll see this right after the draft is that you'll get a bunch of undrafted free agents. They won't get signed onto the team's 90-man roster heading into off-season work and training camp, but they'll get a tryout. Just see what you got. Maybe they'll make the 90. Most of the times they won't. Jack Nelson, who's the quarterback of our alma mater, Winona State, is going to have a tryout with the Vikings coming up this next week, so that's interesting.
I think I heard about that.
He's 6'4", and 200. He's a big kid.
See, I kind of assumed because with the Gophers making didn't they just make their first bowl game in forever last year? I mean, when we somewhat a good team, but we only had one NFL worthy player.
Yeah.
I mean,
and you will see that. You'll see teams like Florida and Ohio State and Miami and Florida State get a ton of NFL players drafted. And then you'll see a team like the Gophers, maybe they'll get one, maybe they'll get two. And it's not necessarily even, teams that do well in the college football season, they win a bowl game or have a good record, that gets a lot of players drafted. Because in the draft, you're not scouting for results, you're scouting for traits.
Okay, I understand.
And, it was just a lot of fun. Although Saturday was a grind. Saturday was a pain in the ass.
Can I tell you about a few of the highlights I liked about the draft?
Yes.
All right. As I said, I kind of watched the draft. I was watching a lot of it on my computer, and I'm following people on Twitter. And I guess one of the funniest stories I've heard, and I think I listened to it on the radio as well. I was driving a lot, and there was and I believe it was round 2, or I think it was the second or third round, where they kind of bring in those former players or someone for some type of, charity to come in to kind of say something. Someone from the Jets on, I believe it was Friday, I think he was a former player, was getting excited to list the pick that he was going to list, and the guy goes, for the 2017 NFL Draft, the New York Jets Jets pick so-and-so, and and I thought I just misheard him, but then everyone on the radio was like, this is going to be like the meme of the year. It was ridiculously funny. Like, I had to stop everything and I had to research this. And
yeah, it's funny too, because the Jets, New York market, and Derek Jeter just retired from the Yankees a couple years ago. Was apparently going to buy the Marlins. His whole thing was always like, yeah, Jeets. So it fit.
And there was also the with this draft being in Philly, and I didn't think about this, but all the people who would come in from their rivals. So I believe it was the Cowboys, because I think they're in the same division as the Eagles, right?
Yeah.
I think someone came in from the Cowboys and was kind of ripping on the crowd, but the crowd was ripping on him. They're obviously booing. It'd be like if we hosted one year and then someone from the Packers came on. But
yeah, I think you'll see more teams hosting it, and I mean, I guess it's cool. I'm still more of a throwback purist of I love New York. I love Radio City Music Hall. I love that sort of ambiance, but the turning it into Bonaroo with the draft is pretty cool. And what you're talking about is that Drew Pearson. So Drew Pearson was an old-time Dallas Cowboys wide receiver. He's known around these parts for the push-off on the original Hail Mary that failed against the Vikings. We'll watch that clip next, because we're too young to really have it sting, but old Vikings fans, they put that up there with 98 Vikings, the Saints game. It's pretty crazy. But, yeah, Drew Pearson announcing the Cowboys selection in the second round, much to the chagrin of Eagles fans, and this sort of went viral. It was good.
Please welcome the University of Tulsa wide receiver Drew Pearson.
All right. How about them Cowboys?
That Super Bowl 2012. Super Bowl 12.
I want to thank the Eagle fans for allowing me to have a career in the NFL.
That's a pretty good troll. I'm not going to lie. We'll get the rest of the video here up in a sec, because we're sort of lagging here for some reason. I don't know what's going on.
I'm totally downloading some movies. I'm sorry. Done.
I am honored as an undrafted free agent to be selected to make the Cowboys' second-round draft pick. And on behalf of the 5-time world champion Dallas Cowboys, Hall of Fame owner Jerry Jones, Dean Jones and the Jones family, Coach Jason Garrett, all the Cowboy players that played before me, that played with me, and played after me, with the second pick and the 60th pick in the second round, the Dallas Cowboys select defensive back from Colorado, Chidobe Awuzie.
Now, the initial line was my favorite, where it was like, I would like to thank the people of Philadelphia for letting me have an NFL career, saying that they were so bad that they let him stay in the NFL. That's good. That's second-level trolling. That's pretty high-quality stuff there.
Did none of this ever happen in New York City?
Oh, yeah, it happened all the time, especially, Jets fans were notorious for booing their own pick.
Of course.
Yeah. And also, in the same vein, as far as speeches go, Tak McKinley, linebacker out of UCLA, joining the Falcons, he had a very emotional speech to Deion Sanders after he got drafted. And the story is that his grandmother passed away, and he made a promise to her that he would go to college and make it to the NFL. And it's good stuff.
Taking the 2017 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Takaris McKinley, linebacker, UCLA.
So Tak McKinley is now going to the ATL.
Tak McKinley,
I'll tell you one
ATL.
thing. Thomas Dimitroff and Scott Pioli, the last two drafts have drafted Vic Beasley, Jalen Collins, Grady Jarrett, Rashid Hageman, Devondre Campbell, Deion Jones, Keanu Neal. They have two things in common as defensive players, toughness and speed. And this Takaris McKinley is the same thing. He's a 34 outside linebacker or a 4-3 down defense.
He's carrying a giant
Exactly.
picture of his
guy,
grandma.
he'll retrace, he'll fight right back into the offensive tackle. This guy's fun to watch. He plays his heart out every single weekend.
Got the dap with the commissioner.
I don't do a whole lot of Twitter, but I found like 3 plays of his that I love.
Oh, this isn't even the right video. God damn it. There we go.
Defensive coordinator Tom Bradley at UCLA, who I've known for about 30 years. Tom said he was going to
Made a promise to her and I stuck to it. I made that promise, man. I told her. Before she passed away, I was going to live my dream. I was going to go D1. I was going to get out of Richmond. I was going to get out of Oakland. I was going to go to the NFL. I made that promise to her, man. 30 seconds later, she passed away. And this is what I do it for. This is what I do it for, man. Come on, man. God damn. Get to the damn quarterback. We don't get to the quarterback.
The emotions building up inside of you right now for your grandmother.
Just Deion's like, great now.
It means everything, man. It means everything. I made a promise to her. Like I said, I was going to go D1. I was going to get out of Richmond. I was going to get out of Oakland. I was going to live my dreams, play the NFL. And I'm here, man. I completed the promise. That means every fucking thing to me. Excuse my language. Man, find me later, man.
Find me later.
Oh, man. I just love the raw emotion. It wasn't phony. It wasn't fake. And, yeah, tons of players have stories like this. But, yeah, I'm rooting for Tak McKinley, even though he plays for the Falcons.
The sad thing is, while stories like this should get more news, you can't help but, like, you have the stories of Joe Mixon and hitting a girl in the restaurant, and I didn't see if Joe Mixon was actually at this at the draft.
No,
but I mean, you couldn't have him come up and then go like, woo, trying to. I mean, there'd be no cheers. I mean, he wouldn't have anything to talk about. Like, I hit someone and they saw it and they got camera of it. Yeah, you wouldn't see that. The NFL needs more of these stories. You need these type of people to kind of set the influence for younger kids to, grow up to, have a better life and not make terrible, violent decisions. Takaris, God, what an interesting name. It kind of reminds me of that one. What was that Comedy Central sketch? The Keenan and Peele.
Key and Peele.
Oh
yeah.
I'm looking at the draft here. Was it Takaris, Trey DeVarius White? These are just crazy football.
No,
football people
they're
have
just names in general. Like, let's look at the first round. So Miles starting off fine. Mitchell
With a Y.
normal. Solomon fine. Leonard fine. Corey fine. Jamal fine. Mike, Christian, John. Yeah. Patrick. All the top 10 names are very milquetoast, very middle of the road. Then we have a run on Deshaun,
Deshaun,
Hassan, Derek, Malik, Marlon, Jonathan, Adoree with an apostrophe.
Adoree.
If you have an apostrophe in your name, that's already a bad start. Let's see, OJ, Garrett, Jared, Charles, Evan, Garyon. I've never heard of Garyon before. Jabril, Takaris, Tredavious, Taco.
I'm cool with Taco.
That's his given name.
Is it really?
No.
Yeah, I mean, because I was kind of wondering, do you think people change their names to have that more of a flair, like when they get older, like if they're in college, if they think they're going to be a college prospect, do you think they want to get out of the name like David Jones and become something like?
Maybe he went by Taco because there was too many Vidantes in his class because that's his real name. Are you Vidante C or Vidante J or Vidante S? Oh, we'll just call you Taco.
Wow. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. Also, what shocks me is the size of most of these guys. I mean, Taco Charlton, 6'6", 277, and that's not even batting an eye. Like, that's not even considered huge. Where I'm just chilling here at, like, 5'7", 200, and it's like, oh, cool.
Big kids. You were talking about how you and, like, Luke would sometimes go and look at previous drafts. Do you think, as early as last year's draft, would you ever kind of look at do you kind of remember the couple drafts that you followed, like all these, the thoughts you had when you see these players get picked, especially in the first round, like, oh yeah, that's a good pick, he's going to pan out, and then you kind of see, like, how they really pan out today, and like, oh, this guy's a bust, this guy's out of it already.
Well, after the break, we'll come back and glance at the 2011 NFL Draft, and then we'll do a little news, and we'll get out of here for the day. But, hey, I got to tell you first, it's rainy. It's kind of a POS day outside, but, hey, when it is sunny, enjoy the Twin Cities with a pedal pub. Yeah, that's right. You've seen them downtown and uptown in St. Paul, all over the Twin Cities. Now, when you're trying to drive around them, they can be annoying, but when you're on them, that is where the magic happens. Visit pedalpub.com. So much fun. Birthdays, bachelorette parties. Hey, you got a bachelor party coming up. It's going to be a good time. I got a birthday party coming up in June. We got a couple of them. We're going to be in downtown. It's going to be awesome. And here's what to do. You have a couple of drinks on the Pedal Pub. You can have 16 of your friends with you. Well, 16 total. You know what I mean? If you have 16 friends, that is. And their driver takes care of everything, and you have fun, get some sunshine, get some fresh air, make a couple stops at some of the great Twin Cities watering holes. Do that up. Pedalpub.com. Get in there. Explore the beautiful Twin Cities. All right, we're right back with more Bull with Andy Carlson on a Monday. So 2016 sucked for the Vikings, and also for a number of other reasons I heard, but it's okay. 2017 is upon us. Vikings fans, let's get going. All offseason, Purple for the win coming right at you through free agency, the draft, and OTAs and training camp. Here we go. Get the show on 1500 ESPN, Podcast One, and the Podcast One app. And going back into the Blue Door Pub Studios, baby, and just getting over the draft. It's fun times. Going over the 2011 draft here with Nick. And so looking at the 2011 draft, you know the names. Cam Newton at 1-1, still definitely pretty good. Broncos at 2 with Von Miller, pretty good. Then you got Buffalo with Marcel Darius, hit or miss. 4 Bengals, A.J. Green, pretty good. 5 Cardinals, Patrick Peterson, damn fine. 6 the Falcons traded up an assload of picks to get Julio Jones. Let's see, they gave up 27, 59, a first, second, fourth, and then first and fourth rounders the following year for Julio Jones. Pretty damn good. 7, the Niners took Alden Smith, worked out for a half a tick. Yeah, not so much anymore. 8, the Titans took the second quarterback, Jake Locker, and then you have a mini run on quarterbacks. Jake Locker's already retired. 9, the Cowboys took Tyron Smith, for my money, the best left tackle in the NFL, so pretty damn good value there. 10, the Jaguars took Blaine Gabbert. No, not so much. Wait, did they trade up? Jacksonville acquired this pick from Washington for Jacksonville's first, 16th, and second, 49. Oh, my gosh. So they traded up to take Blaine Gabbert. Damn. 11, the Texans got J.J. Watt, and of course we know how that worked out. And 12, the Vikings took Christian Jerome Ponder. Who? Yeah. Let that breathe in. So close. Could have had J.J. Watt.
His wife was cute.
And that's the fun thing with all these drafts is that you could be like, oh, we should have took player X instead of Y. You could do this for every single pick in every single draft, but it still hurts.
I mean, what were the thoughts? So, I mean, like coming in this. Do you remember how? Were you big into it in 2011?
Pretty much the involvement I am now. Like, know of the players and whatnot, and yeah, I'll always love watching the draft and keeping track of who goes where. I love the trades.
It's just so interesting to think about how. Going a little bit down on your list here. Something called Robert Quinn. That the Rams picked up.
Robert Quinn's a damn good player.
Mike Pouncey. Ryan Kerrigan. Nate Soldier. I mean, do you think when they picked at the time, do you think the hype for them was as big as how most of them appear to be now? Other than like the quarterback issues that are obviously in this draft particularly.
Nah. That is all. Sorry, I wasn't really paying attention.
Sorry, no.
All right, let's do some news.
You are fake news.
Sir,
go ahead.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Ain't got time to believe.
You can't handle the truth.
The news with Uncle Nick.
All right, Nick, what's going on in the world today?
Oh, man, I was so excited when I saw this news story here. R.Kelly, everyone's favorite hip-hop artist / PNU star, is being sued for breaking up a marriage.
Oh.
Yeah, which is the strangest storyline I've ever heard of on our show.
You can do that?
Mississippi is one of a handful of states that allow you to do that.
Oh.
A Mississippi sheriff deputy is suing singer R. Kelly, alleging that R. Kelly had a multiple year-long affair with his wife that broke up his marriage. Which is insane. I think it caused this deputy, Kenneth Bryant is his name, to even like lose his job and like move to another state for the wife, and he thinks that was kind of a misleading thing just to help continue the affair with Mr. R. Kelly. So everyone knows R. Kelly. He had his he had that one song.
I Believe I Can Fly.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think he had a couple songs. I liked R. Kelly in the late 90s, early 2000s.
I know that R. Kelly's career took a weird turn when he started doing that in the closet or something in the closet, like opera, like rap opera.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, he's still playing. He's still touring, obviously.
Fiesta.
Oh, the remix submission.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he did Satisfy You, too. Anyways, and
say rolling around, sitting on doves, can't lie, I was high on shrubs, cooling in my Escalade. Man, I'm paid, I got it made. Take me to your special place. Close your eyes, show me your face. I'm gonna piss on it.
Drip, drip, drip.
Oh my gosh.
I wonder what sort of compensation you can get in Mississippi, or did they? Gosh, I wonder if they moved to that state because the sheriff knew that was one of the few states that you could actually sue. Like he knew the wife was cheating on him, so he intentionally took a job in a state where that law is on the books, and then let the affair continue. And now he's coming back like, yeah, I'm gonna get me some R. Kelly piss money.
I don't know. This is just a very interesting, and like I said, not a lot of, not a lot of states allow this. This is a very unique situation, and R. Kelly, he, as of the time we're recording this, he has, he said no comment to this.
I want to know why it's such a big thrill to piss on someone. That's what I want to know. Like, I understand, like, the whole mechanics of, some people are into thing X or some people are into thing Y, but pissing or, shitting, yeah, taking a dump on someone's chest, I don't know. Like, maybe it's a power thing, because maybe you get off on the, the fact that your bodily excrements are going on in this person that gives you a sense of pride and power. Who knows?
I'm not too sure either.
Yeah. All right, what's next?
All right, let's talk about Delta Airlines. Yes, we're going to talk another news topic about, there was another recorded incident with a on an airline's flight. Well, not actually on the flight. I was actually waiting for the flight. This is kind of from TMZ, Fox, Carolina. I have the article up here now, but there is a video, a pretty good video of a Delta Airlines pilot punching a female passenger. Now, let's a little step back. This female passenger was physically fighting with another woman outside, as I said, not taken off yet, but in the terminal. Going at it, pulling hairstyle, and then...
so like a complete ratchet fight.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Delta.
Delta.
Delta Airlines. And this is still ongoing because this happened, I believe, over the weekend. And I don't see that one on there yet.
Nah, keep reading.
Okay, so let me see here. I believe this was in Atlanta. Yep, the Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. And of course, TMZ somehow got video of this, but someone was recording these two women fighting, and then all of a sudden, this airline pilot came in from the back, and it looked like trying to separate them, but then it kind of looked like he swung up and swung down, wants to hit one of them to kind of break them up.
That's the thing that most people do when they see fights now. They'll just film it, and then they'll stay out of the way. Probably A, because they're cowardice, and B, you can get sued if you get in the middle of that fight. Yeah. Here it is. What airport was this?
In Atlanta.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is like the gang way, like going up to the plane.
There's a guy right there in the back in the white.
All right, so there's the pilot.
Oh, you couldn't see it that well, but when he was trying to separate them, now...
Nick, I think you're just trying to start shit. It's like, I swear the captain swung at one of the ladies.
He went down on her, not down. But obviously, a big thing you have to see here is that these two bitches were fighting, and I'm not saying that you should separate someone by hitting them, but. Maybe these two shouldn't have gone on a plane if they're, what's the word I want to use? Going cray-cray.
They're going to beef.
Yeah, it was a really crazy incident, and as of right now, I think a couple news articles are saying that the pilot is still working, or like.
Oh yeah, because he didn't do anything.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, this is really not the time. Any airline, like if you're in the airline industry, I fear for you right now.
Oh, yeah. This reminds me of my favorite fight video, because I occasionally will watch fight videos just because I need it. Yeah. So these two chicks wrestling in Walmart. One of them is in the scooters. Yeah. Yeah. You notice that they're always wearing flip-flops in the Walmart fight videos, too. It's weird. And they don't get very good traction because that floor in Walmart's pretty slick.
Oh, really? There's kids all around here.
Hey, don't do that.
Yeah, the kid.
Y'all knock it off. The kid's sitting there upset. Get the hell off of her right now.
The 5-year-old kid ready to swing.
Johnny, punch her in her fucking face. Punch her in her face.
Yeah.
Next Anaconda don't want none. Look at those buns, hon. Ooh.
Yeah, I actually like when they make contact.
This is white trash at its finest.
I wonder what they're fighting about.
He's punching her.
They're probably fighting over who has the hottest brother.
Cousin brother.
Wow.
Yeah, like the 5-year-old kid is just like taking these small swings.
Poor kid.
Look at him.
They're just in a Walmart aisle, just like splayed out. The shampoo aisle.
Yeah, you got it on your phone. I don't have it.
And not an employee around at all.
Yeah, just look at that dumb kid.
What are you going to do?
Where does he get it? I don't know. It's going to take a woman to get on. I ain't doing it.
Commentary.
I think the one that got on.
It must have been another video, but I thought it was that video where like the commentator was like, "Well, is anyone gonna break this up?" No, man, you don't want to get sued. It's like just such stupid pussy cowardice we have nowadays. But because it's much better to get a couple of YouTube hits than actually stop people from. Not gonna lie. Yeah, go on YouTube and just search Walmart fight, and you'll be entertained for hours. Like it's pretty damn amazing. Oh, it's a compilation.
Funny when you try typing in Target fight, there's no videos because no one at Target ever fights.
Yeah. That's all right. What's the next video, or what's the next news story?
All right, I'm gonna kind of combine a couple TV news stories here just because they're kind of short and quick here, but kind of an homage to the 90s. There are rumors that there will be a reboot of the television hit Roseanne.
What?
Yeah. And obviously, Roseanne Barr is still alive. And Roseanne was one of those big shows from the 80s, 90s that kind of, broke all barriers. And because it's 2017, we're bringing a ton of effing crap back from the 90s.
Yeah, that was one of the first, edgy, non-politically correct shows. I remember Roseanne and The Simpsons and, Ren and Stimpy. And, of course, South Park and Beavis and Butthead were the shows that I couldn't watch as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Roseanne. Primetime network television. But that was a great show.
I never got into it too much.
We were introduced to John Goodman. How dare you?
I do love John Goodman. And it sounds like I'm on ET Online's website, and John Goodman is going to be coming back. And I think so is Sarah Gilbert, who played one of the daughters, and Laurie Metcalf, I think, played Roseanne's sister.
Wait, but Roseanne, no.
Yeah, I think she's all for trying to get it back too as well.
But she'll be in on it.
Yeah, I don't think you would do Roseanne without Roseanne Barr.
All right, so it's not going to be a reboot. It's just going to be like a continuation, like Fuller House was.
I kind of think so.
Yeah,
I kind of think that's how it will be. And
it's getting weird though, because John Goodman is skinny now.
He gets bigger too. He has big moments.
Was it they won the lottery on one of the later seasons?
Yes.
Which is dumb.
I Wikipedia this, so I kind of know how the series all ended.
Of where Dan died?
Yeah, it was all kind of a dream. And
that was just a dream.
Yeah, so continuing with the 90s here, something that sparked my eye was that it has been 20 years since Ellen kind of became a big hit, where they're celebrating on her talk show, Ellen, the anniversary when she came out on her television show. Mm-hmm. And I think that was in the 90s as well.
Yeah.
And that was a really big deal. I'm sorry, I never watched the TV show Ellen. So
I vaguely remember the TV show, and I remember that she was dating men in the show for a little bit. And I was like, what? Because we all knew. Roseanne! This is the Roseanne lottery.
Roseanne, where are you? I've got to tell you something. Where's my baby? What? We won the lottery. This is the winning lottery ticket. I've got it right here. Remember, you told me to watch it on TV. What are you talking about? We won the lottery. I can't believe it. What lottery? The lottery, the Illinois State Lottery. It's the biggest one in the history of Illinois. It's $108 million. You mean? We're the people that pick the 6 winning numbers. Oh my God! You're telling me that we won the Illinois State Lottery, $108 million. Is that what you're telling me? Is that what you're telling me? Let's tell Dan. No! Dad has just had a heart attack, and this kind of thing could kill him.
What's going on?
Don't panic.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong. Nothing will ever be wrong again. Dan?
He probably hates Trubisky.
I have something to tell you, but before I tell you, you have to promise me that you are not going to collapse or turn blue or anything like that.
Scout's honor.
Okay. We won the lottery!
Oh, my God! Oh, my God!
The Bears.
I'm pretty sure the creepy kid DJ grows up to be a murderer. Like that was the vibe I always got from him. Yeah. Guaranteed. All right. Got anything else?
All right. Last one. We'll talk a little bit about boxing.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because we talked boxing.
Yeah. Wasn't there a major Klitschko fight
Yes.
yesterday afternoon, like during the draft?
Yes. Anthony Joshua, a British boxer, beat Vladimir Klitschko.
Wow.
For the IBF and WBA titles. Huh?
Did he win the IBS too?
I don't know what that is.
The irritated bowel syndrome.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And we talked about it time and time again with boxing. It's kind of shifted away from the heavyweights, and we always talk the Mayweathers and the Pacquiaos. And this is kind of a big deal in front of 90,000 people at Wembley Stadium.
Wow. Boxing is still big in other parts of the world, and MMA is still working its way up. But yeah, it's cool when they get 90,000 people to watch a boxing match, especially a heavyweight match.
Yeah. They had let's see here. Schwarzenegger was in the audience, along with England captain Rio Ferdinand. Don't know who that is.
Yeah.
London Mayor Sadiq Khan was granted a special permission to host the crowd. Blah 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 for the defending champion. That's pretty incredible to have. To try maybe because I like to watch more boxing. I like to watch some more UFC fights. Kind of switch it up a little bit and growing up in the 90s. The big names were the thing. The Holyfields, the Tysons. And
Oscar De La Hoya.
Yeah, and
Roy Jones, who apparently was commenting on the fight, and did not do a great job.
But I think was it this Klitschko guy?
Yeah.
I think was always the kind of the winner. He was always the top guy. So
yeah, him and his brother are like the two big heavyweights in the world. But it's cool that someone actually beat him.
Yep, looks like he was knocked out in the. I think it was a technical knockout in the 11th.
You got knocked out, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yep, kind of interesting. Maybe there'll be a resurgence in heavyweight boxing.
Probably not. That's the news.
The news with Uncle Nick.
From the entire Channel 4 news team, I'm Veronica Corningstone.
And I'm Ron Burgundy. Go yourself, San Diego.
You know why there's not going to be a resurgence? Because
C.J. Jackson, Wayne State University.
Tavarius Smith King, Merrimack College.
Todd Royal, Smoochie Wallace, University of Miami.
Desquarius Green Jr., University of Notre Dame.
Ibrahim Moises, University of Tennessee at Chattanooga.
Jack Marius Tak Theratrix, Michigan State University.
The Isaiah T. Billings Clyde, Coastal Carolina University.
The Jasper Probencrux III, South Carolina State University.
Lee Oz Maxwell Jr., East Carolina University.
Javaris and Lamar. Torque.
I like the very end.
Lewis, Nevada State Penitentiary.
The player formerly known as Mouse Cop.
Yeah.
University of Missouri, Columbia.
Dan Smith, BYU.
Yeah, it's just like the milquetoast white guy at the end.
Well, it's BYU.
Yeah, it is BYU. What is also pretty awesome is Soda Stick Co. Visit the MinnesotaTrough.com because they got great hockey gear. They also got great football and baseball gear as well. And if you use the promo code Purple FTW, as in the other show, you get free U.S. shipping. They got knockdown discounts on a lot of gear over there. The MinnesotaTrough.com. Help support the Soda Stick Co. because they support us. We love Landon and Soda Stick Co. over there. They're awesome as well. Hey, we're out of here. iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio. Check out our YouTube channel and bullshow.co. Plus, hey, what's the most important part? If you enjoy the show, tell a friend, spread the word of mouth, because we ain't marketing here. No, we keep growing and adding to the Jerome Army because we put out a good product that you tolerate and then let other people know, and then they tolerate us. Yeah. Thanks, producer Ali Sorensen, for making me not sound so stupid today. But for Nick, I'm Andy Singh Anyong. Sayonara and bye-bye. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
for listening to Bull with Andy Carlson, Minnesota's 87th best daily podcast. Download the show on iTunes. Everyone's middle name is Jerome.